Now let's see this first technique, FCFS. So coming to the FCFS, it is the simplest technique. As you know, in operating system also we have seen, coming to the process scheduling, there we have seen FCFS, where a process which comes first will be scheduled first, right? Here also, whatever request comes first to the hard disk, that one will be scheduled first, that one will be processed first. That is called as FCFS in case of scheduling. Now see this, it is the simplest one and performs operations in order requested, which means whatever order they come in, we are going to perform them in that order, right? We are not going to see whether it is a cylinder or track close by. We just perform it even if it is not the nearest one. No ordering of work queue. Work queue means the queue in which all the requests are there. We are not going to order it anymore. We just perform as it comes, right? And no starvation here. So why is there no starvation is, we are going to take up every request one after the other. Therefore, no job will be starved there. So everything will be processed. Every request will be processed, eventually. So every request is serviced. That is the meaning of no starvation. Now let's see an example. A disk queue with requests for I/O to blocks on the cylinders. Let us say a disk is given and the I/O requests are like this: 23, 89, 132, 42, 187. So let us say these are all the requests for I/O in that order. Now initially the disk is in the cylinder 100. So if the disk, the read write head with the disk head initially at 100. Now if this is the order in which I got the request, then how does FCFS work, right? So if you want to know what is a cylinder is, we have already discussed it in CO. I'll just tell you what it is here briefly. Now if you have all the disks one on top of the other like this, right? Let us assume that there are many disks. Now if you take all the tracks, all the concentric tracks are going to form a cylinder, which means if I take all the tracks, let us say, I'm not able to draw the diagram well here. Now assume that the disks are like this, one upon the other. Now if you take all the tracks, or let us say if you take track number 1 on all the disks, and if I put them together and if I view them, they will look as if they are all forming a cylinder, right? So this is track number 1 of disk 1, this is track number 1 of disk 2, this is track number 1 of disk 3, disk 4, disk 5, disk 6. Now if you observe this, all of them look as if they are forming a cylinder from top to down. That is called a cylinder. So a track on a single disk, if you put all those tracks on many disks, that is going to become a cylinder, right? Now they are saying that initially read write head is at cylinder number 100. Now if this is the order in which I get the request, and if you are going to use FCFS, then how many cylinders we are going to cross in this process in order to service all these requests, or it is also called as what is the read write head movement, how many cylinders did it cross. Okay, now let's see this one. I'm just putting all the cylinders in ascending order just to show you what is happening here. Now let us say cylinder number 23 is here, and cylinder number 42, 80, 89, 800 and 132 and 187. Now assume that initially read write head is in 100. Now from 100, according to FCFS, we have to service 23 first, isn't it? Therefore from 100 I have to go to the cylinder 23. So this is entire thing is seek, isn't it? This entire thing needs seek time. So I am moving the read write head from here to here. Okay, and after servicing the request in 23, I have to go to 89, isn't it? Therefore from here I'll go to 89, which is here, and after servicing 89 I have to go to 132. So from here I'm going to 132, right? And after 132 I have to come back to 42. So I'm again coming back to 42. Even though this 42 is on the way, I'm not going to service it first. It would have been better if I had serviced this first, but then FCFS says that go in the order in which you get the request. Therefore 42 has to be serviced now, and after 42 187 has to be serviced. That is why I'm going from here to here. Now if you see the total number of movements or the number of cylinders that I crossed in this process, now you can easily see that from 100 to 23, it is going to be 77 cylinders that I have crossed here, isn't it? And now from 23 to 100, I think from 23 to 89 I have crossed 66 cylinders in order to reach there, right? And you know the time, the seek time is directly proportional to the number of cylinders you are crossing. Therefore, this number, this sum is going to increase, you can assume that the seek time is totally that much, proportional to that, isn't it? So now once I am at 89, now from 89 I am going to 132, right? Which means from here 89 I am going to 132, and for that it is 43. And from 132 I am again coming back to 42, so for that it is taking 90, right? And from 42 I am going to 187, so for this it is going to take 145. So if you count all this, this is the total number of cylinders that I have crossed in this entire process of servicing all these requests starting from 100. Now, as I told you, the seek time is directly proportional to the number of cylinders crossed. As this number is high, you can predict that the seek time required to service all these requests is also going to be high. Now, if you observe this, it is 421 cylinders that I have crossed totally, right? Or the read rate head has moved over 421 cylinders. Got it? Okay.